Your first instinct is correct. You've felt this before, right? That little gut feeling you ignored and then, man, you really regretted it later. We've all been there. So today, let's get into why that first instinct is so often your most reliable guide, and maybe, just maybe, how you can start to trust it again.
Okay, so let's set the scene. I want you to think about this, because I bet it's happened to you. Just picture the last time you met someone completely new. You meet someone, maybe it's a potential business partner, could be a new colleague, or just someone at a party. You barely even exchanged names. You literally know nothing about this person. And yet, you get a feeling, right? It's not loud, it's this vague, quiet little signal in the back of your head. You can't even put your finger on what it is. And what do? Almost every single time, we just ignore it.
Almost immediately, your logical brain just jumps right in. It's like, whoa, hold on, don't be so judgmental. Or you're just overthinking things, you need more data. And so you do. You push that feeling down and let logic take the wheel.
And then it happens. Maybe it's weeks later, maybe it's months, sometimes even years. And you have that moment. That crystal clear thought just flashes into your head. I knew it. I knew it all along. I should have trusted that first feeling.
Look, if this sounds familiar, it's because it's pretty much a universal human experience. We're taught from day one to doubt that oldest voice inside us. We're told to analyze, to make lists, to use reason, not to feel. But what if that feeling, what if that's actually the most powerful tool we have?
Because here's the thing, that feeling, it's not magic. It's not some mystical woo-woo thing. It's your brain acting like a supercomputer. It is rapidly, and I mean subconsciously, processing every memory you have, every past experience, all these tiny little cues that your conscious mind just completely misses. A slight shift in someone's eyes, the tiniest hesitation in their voice, and boom, it delivers a verdict in seconds.
So, what is instinct, really? Well, it's not magic. It's millions of years of data. I mean, think about it. This is a survival tool that's been sharpened over countless generations. Our ancestors, they didn't have time to pull out a spreadsheet when they heard a rustle in the bushes. They had to react instantly. The ones who trusted that gut feeling that said, danger, they survived. The ones who stopped to analyze, well, they probably became lunch.
And this really breaks it down perfectly. It's like we're running two different operating systems in our heads. You've got instinct, right? The ancient voice. It's lightning fast, totally subconscious, and it has one job: keep you alive. And then you've got reason, the modern mind. It's slow, it's deliberate, it's all about analysis. One is for the oh no moments, the other is for figuring out your taxes.
So why does that first instinct so often win out? What makes it so pure? Well, it's because it's an uncorrupted signal. It's that first, clean piece of data from your subconscious, before your conscious mind gets its hands on it and starts messing things up with doubt and second-guessing. Because the second you start to think about it, all this noise just rushes in and corrupts that pure signal. Suddenly you're worried about what other people will think, you're feeling that social pressure to just be nice, to not rock the boat, you're afraid of being judged, or even your own hopes and biases get in the way, what you wish was true. And all that over-analysis just drowns out that first clear message. And this leads to a really, really powerful idea. Think about this quote. You don't change your decision because it's wrong, but because you fear the consequences if it's right. Wow, let that sink in. A lot of the time we ignore our gut, not because we actually think it's wrong, but because we are terrified of what we'd have to do if it's right. I mean, acting on it could mean a really tough conversation, or walking away from something that looks good on paper, or just facing a truth you don't want to face. It's easier to ignore it.
Okay, but this is the million-dollar question, right? Instinct whispers, but emotion screams. So how on earth do you tell the difference? This is probably the most important skill to learn in all of this, and it all comes down to knowing what each one feels like.
All right, let's break down how to distinguish these signals. True instinct. It feels calm. It feels clear. It's a quiet whisper. Its only goal is to protect you. An impulsive emotion? It's the total opposite. It feels loud, urgent, and dramatic. It's a scream that's all about reacting right now. So, think about a new job offer. That loud, excited feeling about the big salary? That's emotion screaming. But that quiet, nagging feeling that something is just off about the boss? That's your instinct whispering. It's trying to protect you, not just get you a payday.
So how can you actually start to tune in? How do you turn down the volume on the noise and turn up the volume on that inner voice? Well, the good news is it's a skill. It's like a muscle you can build. And here are 4 steps to help you reconnect. Okay, here's a practical guide. Step 1, Just slow down. Find a quiet moment. Instinct speaks in the stillness. Step 2, check in with your body. Seriously, what are you physically feeling? Is your chest tight? Do you have a knot in your stomach? Or do you feel a sense of calm? That's real data. Step 3, and this one is so important, write it down. Your very first thought. Before you have time to analyze it or talk yourself out of it, get it on paper. And finally, step 4, compare your notes later. Go back and look at them over time. You'll start to see a pattern, and you'll realize just how often that first instinct was spot on.
Now let's be really clear about something. The goal here isn't to just blindly obey every little gut feeling you have.
But you should always listen to it. You have to give it a seat at the table. Acknowledge it. Treat it like a trusted advisor who's giving you a critical piece of information. It's just as valid as any spreadsheet or pro-con list you could ever make. Because here's the beautiful, simple truth about your instinct. It doesn't have an ego. It's not trying to please you. It's not trying to please anyone else. It's not going to lie to you to spare your feelings. Its one and only purpose is to protect you. That's it.
So if there is just one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this simple quote. Your first instinct is usually the correct one. That quiet, unfiltered thought you get before all the noise gets in, yeah, that's the one. So I'll leave you with this question. The next time it happens, the next time you hear that whisper, are you gonna listen?